to the Pastor Chira Show. I'm Pastor Chira, and today we launch. We launch into new territory. We launch into new mindset. We launch into new relationship. Are you ready to launch out? Come on and launch out with me as we go into this conversation on today. Listen, I know y'all know I'm excited all the time, but I cannot tell you how excited I am about this here conversation with this young lady who has agreed to come and have a candid conversation with me. Look at me. Yes. Okay, so we have an artist of the month, and she is amazing. She is doing phenomenal things in the kingdom. She is doing phenomenal things in ministry. She is doing phenomenal things as just a phenomenal woman that she is. Listen, I'm not going to just talk about how phenomenal she is. I'm going to bring her in. And that is none other than Anisa Fowler. Listen, hey lady.
Hey,
how are you? Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to be here with you today.
I am so excited that you are here. And I done messed up your name. It's Fowler. I said Fowler because I'm tongue-tied, because I'm excited.
It's okay. Everybody says all kinds of things. I'm all with it. You can get my name wrong every single time as long as you get Jesus right. Jesus.
Ooh, see,
One that it
see,
is.
this what I'm talking about. This what I'm talking about. See? So long as you get Jesus right, that's it. That's it. Get him.
That's the name with the power. That's the name with the power. That's the name with the strength. That's the name with the healing. Get his name right, and you good.
You good. You ain't got to get my name. Just know I was the one that helped you get there. That's all. Listen, we're going to get into this conversation, but I know that there are those that are watching and that are listening that don't know who you are. So can you just briefly introduce yourself to the viewing audience on today?
Yeah, so hey everybody, I'm Anisa Fowler, just a Christian first, woman of God. I love his word, I love his people. I'm a gospel artist, super excited to share all that's going on with me. I'm a mom of three whole children. But I'm just so excited to be here with you all and to be here with Pastor Chira. It is a blessing, and I can't wait for us to dive into all the things that we're going to dive into today.
I mean, three whole. How old are they?
So 17, 15, and 9. 2 girls and a boy. My boy's in the middle.
Wait, you said 17?
Yeah.
You look 19.
I look 17, right?
Girl, come on. All the way. No way.
Yes.
So he's in high school doing all kinds of stuff. So you got a high schooler, a middle schooler, and a...
Well, they're both in high school. My 17-year-old and my 15-year-old are both in high school. My 17-year-old, she has one more year before she heads off to college. My 15-year-old, he turned 16 this year, so he's got 2 more years. And then the baby is going to be entering middle school next year. And I'm just like, can we, I mean, and I keep telling them, y'all don't do nothing crazy because I'm going on tour. Don't do nothing crazy. I'm not raising no extra nothing. Be Christians, love God, do what I'm telling you to do what the word says to do. Y'all represent Jesus. I tell them all the time. We're not
having this. Because we going on tour. Because we going on tour.
Do the right things. Because mommy's not stopping her process. Do the right things.
So because you know what? That's amazing. Because a lot of people would be like, I have to stay home. I have to finish this part. Everybody has to be at a certain age before I can, start my life and live my life and do what God has called me to do. What has made you really say, like, this is the time for me to do music and ministry now? What's made you say that?
And I do want to say for the women and even the men that are committed to being stay at home, cultivating those children, raising those children, that is a ministry in of itself. That is
Yes.
a blessing. It's an honor that we get to serve our families. And so I don't want to discredit that or make it sound like that's not a good thing. That's an
Yes.
awesome, awesome place to be in. But I believe that God has given me the capacity to handle not just being a mom, but also being a beacon of light in this world, to be able to share his gospel, to be able to share his message through the ministry of music. And that it's my kids are amazing. They have the capacity to share me, and that's really the blessing.
Ooh, that word, capacity.
Woo. Can I tell you that has been my word for 2023? Every year I kind of get into a different word, and capacity has been my word for this year. And I was coming out of 2022 being intentional was the word, and to just be aware. When we get into relationships with people, when we get into relationships even with our ministries, we have to
Yes.
understand the capacity that God has given to us. The power of yes, the power of no, the power of hold on. All of that speaks to capacity, and we have to be aware. Otherwise, we burn out, we hurt people, and we just make a mess.
And we do. And you know what? And sometimes we put too much capacity on others that they can't even handle.
Right.
So, because of what we feel as though we need, what we feel as though we want,
Yeah.
and we are trying to get that out of others that they don't have the capacity to handle, they don't have the
Right.
capacity to hold it. That word has so much weight. It
Yeah.
has so much weight. So, how
Yeah.
have you prepared your children to have the capacity to share you?
I think that they get excited about what I'm doing. They don't think I'm as whatever. Like I hear it when they talk to their friends. Because they'll be like, "Oh, Google my mother." And I'm like, "Oh, so you do think that I'm cute and famous, don't you? But y'all be acting like y'all don't know who I am. Put some respect on my name in this house, okay?" But at the end of the day, I really feel like it's ministry. It's
Yeah.
ministry. And I know that there's a call even on my children's lives. I know that my son has a gift of understanding and wisdom and even speaking. He's got a lot inside of him. My little one is really connected to ministry and to music. And my
Oh,
oldest,
wow.
she's super connected to like organization and planning and all of that. And so I say, whatever you have, give it to God. So mommy has her voice. It's not just
Right.
singing, it's speaking. And that's a gift that God has given to me. And I am absolutely 100% responsible for giving this gift back to Him, for allowing Him to use me to the maximum. And so I'm showing them what God has given to me and how to do it so that they can, in turn, give back to God the gifts that He's given to them.
Because you are their first example.
That's it.
You are their first example. So they're watching and paying attention to everything that you're doing, and they are
Yeah.
going to mimic that in the gifts. Because it sounds like you got the fivefold right there in your house.
Listen, I'm telling you, I got my manager, I got my photographer, I got all the things. They don't want to do nothing for me though, but it's all right.
You know what though? They probably doing it on the slide, like you said. They like Google my
Yeah.
mother, like see what she's doing. Like this is my mom, and I'm proud.
Yeah.
And they saying it on the slide. They ain't gonna
Yeah.
tell you like, "Mom, you mom." They ain't gonna tell you that. Mm-mm. But
Yeah.
they gonna
And
tell their
the
friends.
truth is, I make jokes about them a lot, but they really are super supportive. The I had an event that I needed to go to. I think it was Atlanta that I went, and I couldn't bring my stylist or anybody with me. And my oldest daughter, she came with me. And when I tell you, the girl served me. She served me.
Oh.
If I didn't tell people that that was my daughter, they would have definitely thought that this was my personal assistant. She was absolutely amazing.
And
She
there's the
served.
administrator,
Yeah.
right? She's a servant. She's a
Yeah.
servant. So how do you serve in ministry besides music? Because I know you do. Like, I don't even front.
Oh
Like,
my
don't
God.
even. Don't try it.
I am so in love with the word of God, and I know that God has called me to teach and to preach. And I use my Instagram platform, my Facebook platform to just teach. I recently started a Bible study series, and I've gone through about 4 books. Right now, I'm in the book of Proverbs. And I really just want to encourage people, motivate people, inspire people to get into the word of God. I feel like it's the missing link, especially in Christianity, because we go to church, we experience the church space, but then we come home and have to deal with real life. And so many of us don't know how to pick up that word and study it and really apply it to our everyday situations. And so
Yes.
I know that God has called me and given me some wisdom to handle that and to navigate his word. And I'm really doing my absolute best to inspire people with his word.
So you have widened your capacity to not just music, not just home, not just mothering, not just nurturing, but now to sharing and spreading and applying, right?
Yes.
And just being
Yes.
that light and that encouragement to others, empowering them in the word. Because
Yes.
you use the word that I say in my ministry all the time, and this is who I am. I say all the time, if you can't apply the word, if you know the word, but you can't apply it to your life, we've missed it.
Missed it. And you're living beneath your privilege by doing that. It's not enough to just know it. And that's, faith without works is dead. We can't
Thank
just
you.
be hearers of the word. We've got to be doers of this
Yep.
word, doers of the work. We really have to be attached to it. And it's got to be part of who we are. People are
Yep.
screaming right now, lost. They have no idea what their identity is. And that's
Yes.
because the manufacturer of their souls, they have excluded him from the process of life.
And that's the whole purpose
Yes.
of the process, is to include him in who we
Yes.
are. And that is absolutely what you do and who you are and what you do in your music. So we're going to go to a commercial. And on the other side, we're going to dig in to this music that you have produced, that you are producing, and you're ministering to people all over the world. So we'll go into a commercial and we will be right back. Stay there.
Hey, yo, Joe, you're the legend.
I mean Jesus all the way. Hey. I mean Jesus all the way. Yeah. If you really know me, you know what it is. I don't play no games. I handle my biz. Call me holy roller. It is what it is. Pull up if you wanna, but Jesus got me covered. Me, I'm on assignment for my Jesus. I'm not trying to be no people pleaser. If you see me coming, just believe. If you see me coming, just believe. I mean Jesus all the way. Hey. I mean Jesus all the way.
That was Anisa Fowler, and I want you to support her as our Artist of the Month. Go to your music outlet and get I Mean Jesus All the Way by Anisa Fowler. Purchase it today. Support her today, because here at the Pastor Chira Show, that's what we do. So, Anisa Fowler, she is our Artist of the Month. Let's go. We are back with none other than Minister, yeah, I said it, I don't care what y'all say, with Minister-Anisa Fowler. And I did. Did I?
Can I tell you, that whole minister thing, so many people refer to me as that, and it took a while for me to really process it, but the reality is, we really are all ministers.
Come on.
We are called to be deacons. We are called to everything that we do, whether it's in the pulpit or not. It is ministry. And so accept it. I've learned to accept it. Yes, I am a minister. I am ministering this word through music. I'm ministering this word when I speak. I'm really taking a hold of that and taking some pride in it. You know, like, God, I'm honored to handle your word, to handle your people. So I used to be like, don't say that. But now I'm like, yes, Minister-Anisa Fowler.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Right.
And you know, Paul says it, he says that we are living epistles. For some of the people that we get in contact with, we will be the only Bible they ever read.
Come on.
We will be the only experience that they ever have. And we've got to really understand the weight of that. When you call yourself a Christian, when you call yourself a believer, I mean, behave like it. Behave like it.
Please. All of it shows up in who you are, but it really shows up in the music that you share. How did you get to be the artist?
Ooh, I feel, you know, I've been singing for a really, really long time. And at one point, because it takes a lot of money to be able to do this. The gifted or talented, all of that is wonderful. But if you do not have the money to sustain all the studio time, all the shows, all the clothes, everything costs money. And I got to a point where I was just like, I don't have it. And God, if this is what you really want me to do, you're going to have to provide. And a friend from high school came out of like nowhere in 2019 and was like, I'm starting a record label and I want you to be my first artist. I was like, hey, me. And that's how this has catapulted since 2019 to now. It has been, it's beyond how fast God is doing it. And I've been doing this for probably almost 20 years. But in these last 3+ years, God has completely exceeded my expectations.
During the pandemic.
Yes. Can you imagine?
During the pandemic, right. When everything shut down.
It's absolutely insane. Yes, we dropped our first song 2019, You Rain. Radio picked that up. It was doing really well. And then my producer, he wrote this song Covered. When I heard the song, I was like, no, this song needed to be out yesterday. Like, this is the song. We got to get this thing out. And Covered, really, Billboard recently sold to Mediabase, but right before that, so November of 2022, before Billboard's last chart, Covered was number 2 on the Gospel Indicator chart. And it's just like, what? Yes, we were top 30 for over 30 weeks, and we spent 4 weeks number 2, not consecutively, but the last 2 weeks were consecutive. Number 2.
Goodness. And
I'm like, Anisa? And it's God. Favor.
Yes.
Oh my God. And he's just been blowing my mind. And I know.
Because you listened.
Yes.
And but you know what I heard you say? You not only listened to God, but you had a conversation with him. You had a conversation with him, letting him know, God, I know what you said. I know what I heard. I'm trying to do this. But I'm not mine. I'm yours. And if this is for me to do, you do it.
You
because
have to.
My steps
There's no other way.
are ordered by you.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Yes.
I will only do what you say.
And when I tell you, it's like he blew my mind. I did not expect it in that way. I didn't expect it from that person. And this high school friend, I mean, we're both in New York. And you know, there are singers galore. There are, I mean, beast on beast on beast everywhere. To select me, I'm like, you know what, God? Like, you have been approving me for so long, and I've been doubting, and I've been fearful, and I've been like questioning this, but you keep validating that there is purpose. And I just want to encourage anybody that's listening that feels like, you know what, I'm not as great as the next person. I'm not as good. I'm not as this. I'm not as that. Let me tell you something. God has called you for such a time as this. And there are specific people that they are waiting. They don't know that you're the answer, But they are sitting in a place of anticipation and expectation for you to step into your role. So stop
That's right.
talking negative about yourself. Start to
Yes.
claim the promises of God. Declare every day, I am enough. God has called me and I'm going to do this thing wholeheartedly with everything that I've got. And I'm not going to compare myself to anybody but me
Nope.
yesterday. I got to be better than me yesterday. I don't have to
That's
be
right.
better than anybody else. And
No,
that has
because
been the mantra that I've been just like, God, I am good enough. And
yeah,
every time you approve me, every time you open another door, that's validation to the fact that I'm good enough.
because I have the capacity to do
Yes.
what you
Yes.
have called me to do.
Capacity that he has deposited.
That's it. You gave it to
Yeah.
me. This ain't for me. Right.
Yeah.
And you're right, because it costs. Just like this show, it costs. And I have,
Yeah.
when I say I hear you, because I've said it, I'm like, okay, enough's enough. I can't afford it. God, if this, and I literally came to that point too. I was like, God, if this is what you want, if this is what you're saying, you do it.
Yeah.
You provide everything that needs to be provided. You provide who's supposed to come. You do it. You tell me where to
Yeah.
go. You do it. And
Yes.
every time it happens. Oh, we're not
Yeah.
gonna stop the show. And here comes the text message. Here
Yeah.
comes the email. Here comes the inbox. Here comes the something.
Yeah.
So I feel you on that. And now it's up to us to just continue to go. There are others that are waiting for your voice because he made you for somebody else's voice, and he made them for somebody else's voice, as somebody
Yeah.
else's voice. He made each and every one of us. We are the voice. My God, today we are the voice for someone else to
Yes.
help them get to the place in God so that they can be the voice for someone else.
Yes.
Listen, and no, we're not perfect. No, we don't get it all right. No, we
Right.
don't. And
We
you're right.
don't.
We preach it. We talk about it. We give it to you to do. But again, I'm going to go back to what we said earlier, the application, because it applies
Yes.
to us too. So, lady, you have encouraged us so much today. And you talked
glad
about your
that I
Bible
was
study.
able to do that.
You talked about the word. So
Yes.
how can the viewing audience be in touch and stay in touch with you and get this amazing music?
Yes. So at Anisa Worships, ANISAWORSHIPS. You can find me everywhere with that. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, Twitter. Certainly look up my name, Anisa Fowler, on Spotify, on Amazon Music, wherever you get digital music, type in Anisa Fowler. I mean, Jesus all the way, and you'll get that song. You'll also get my other, I have Anisa The Next Chapter. That was my EP. And soon and very soon, Anisa The Next Chapter Live is coming out as well. So I'm really excited. Y'all stay connected at Anisa Worships.
Anisa Live? What?
Yes.
Are we?
So I dropped, okay. I'm so excited. I dropped my EP last summer. And in October 2022, I did a live concert. So much went on with the concert. Pastor Chira, I had to do the concert twice because my videographer did not record it the first time. Massive chaos. And I was just like, God, how in the world could this happen? But you know what? All things work together for good to them that love God, who are the called according to his purpose. And who gets a full-on live rehearsal with the makeup and the audience and all of that? Nobody gets that. But I got that off of that mistake. And so we did it again the second time. It was even better. It was that much more special. It was amazing. And so we're in the studio now, cultivating and fixing all the things that we need to fix. So by the end of this year or top of 2024, the live version of Anisa The Next Chapter is going to be out. So that's really exciting.
Listen, I want everyone to go to Anisa Worships. I want you to download her music. I want you to follow her. I want you to share her. I want you to connect with her. I want you to be in fellowship with her and the worship that she does. Anisa, this has been absolutely amazing. I honor you.
You too. This has been a blast, and we had even more of a blast off the camera. The people don't know, but we was popping out.
They don't know. They don't know.
They don't know. It's okay.
Oh. Listen, I hope that this is our first time, but I pray and I hope that this is not our last time. We have got to stay connected. We have got to stay in fellowship. I am watching. I am following. I am here for you. Please know, I, Pastor Chira, and the Pastor Chira Show crew, we are here to support you in everything that you do. You, lady, are amazing. And I pray that God continues to bless you in each and every area. And I'm going to be right there on your coattail like, yo, come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Pastor Chira.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, that was Anisa Fowler. And if you didn't know before, you know now. This lady is someone to watch. She's someone to listen to. She's someone to follow because she means Jesus all the way. And I want you to mean Jesus all the way. In everything that you do, no matter what you're going through, mean Jesus all the way. And he will take you all the way to where he has you to go. I'm Pastor Chira. This is the Pastor Chira Show. And I'll see you next week. God bless.
If you really know me, you know what it is. I don't play no games. I handle my biz. Call me holy roller. It is what it is. Pull up if you wanna, but Jesus got me covered.
Coming up on the Pastor Chira Show.